Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Yellen, I get to talk to one of the leading experts of the economy here. So now I want to talk about this here. Okay. So now President Biden has now brought down inflation, and now last month over 350,000 new jobs, right?
Yes.
And the economy is growing at 3.3%, right?
Yes.
Okay. Unemployment is now at 3.7%.
Correct.
That's pretty good, right?
And it's the longest stretch under 4% in 50 years.
Yeah. In fact, that was 36 months of job growth, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. And of course, real wages are up too.
Correct.
Yeah. And then now the Dow and the S&P 500 are now at record highs, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So the Dow was over 38,600, 3,600. And the NASDAQ is almost 16,000, right? That's those record highs. And is it fair to say that our economies and our economy and the recovery is really the envy of the world?
We're doing better than any other advanced country.
Yeah. So yeah, and actually, when I drove myself back to D.C. from Pittsburgh this week, I was able to gas up at under $3 a gallon. We're not talking about gas prices anymore. But now I want to now put that is like now some randoms on TikTok put up videos at McDonald's that they can rig a $16 extra meal. So what is really more reflective of our economy right now? Some kind of a TikTok about McDonald's, or with all those other kind of statistics that I've just been discussing over in this question?
Well, all the statistics you mentioned are highly relevant and by and large extremely positive. It is true that the level of some prices that are important to consumers have risen since the pandemic. One of those would be rents. Food prices are somewhat higher, new and used vehicles. But wages have also gone up. And now inflation has moderated very substantially. And in fact, by the measure that the Fed pays the most attention to, inflation over the last 6 months has been running at 2% at an annual rate. And wages are now going up substantially more rapidly.
2%? 2%?
Is the Fed's target.
Oh my gosh, yeah, wow. Yeah.
So prices are not rising rapidly anymore. Wages continue to. The number I tend to cite is that the median worker in the United States can buy the same typical basket of goods as in 2019 and have $1,400 left over to spend or save.
Yeah, and again, it's remarkable that now people want to talk about some random extra meal at McDonald's for $16, which really is a rigged situation. But now anybody, any fair experts would say that our economy is the envy of the world. And now, what's lost in translation in our national conversation about where we are literally, in our economy versus now some of the other discussions in other parts of the media?
Well, I mean, we do see much more positive surveys of consumer sentiment in recent months since inflation has come under control and wages are rising more quickly. When Americans are polled and asked about a recent poll asking them about their own personal financial situation, more than 60% said they felt good, and more than 60% said they thought 2024 would be a better year. Now, sometimes when people are asked about the economy and how other people are doing, they seem more negative on it, but they're own assessment of their own situation, as well as their behavior when it comes to spending or starting small businesses. We're seeing really record small business formation, and that's something that only really occurs when people feel confident about the future of the economy.
Thanks, Senator Fetterman. Thank you.
I did give her a shout out. Like, great job. Thank you. Anyway, so I'm out.
Thank you, Senator.